Hi, this is LauraJthe.Treetalker, and I'm going to do a 5-card draw on what kind of effect these big No King protests will have in the immediate future of a week or two. Anyway, so I've spread the cards out on the table, and I will now draw 5 cards out of the 137 that I've got. And so you can see it happening. There. Anyway, first one is ebony reversed. Okay. And we'll just do them like from back to front type thing here. And mulberry self-worth. Right. And apple rising up. And Brazil not joined. And bald cypress everlasting. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to shove all these over here. Put these where the camera can see, sort of. And it'll be a little crooked, but what the hell. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so, it doesn't matter. All right, so the meanings of these are, if it's upright, it's essentially what the thing says, and if it's upside down, it means the opposite. Now this one is like the basis. The ebony reversed is normally without fault, so we're going to say with plenty of fault. And that, I always see this as the basis card, like where it started. And the next card is like immediate past, self-worth, current, rising up, and Brazil not joined, and bald cypress everlasting. Now my immediate reading of that, without thinking too much about it, would be that there's a lot of fault. I mean, the United States Constitution is a great document, but it has, from the get-go, had faults. The Founding Fathers were slave owners, and they had just spent a lot of time trying to, not necessarily trying to wipe out the Indians, but, you know, yeah. And so there is plenty of fault, and there's plenty of people who are angry on both sides, who the faults are the problem, the things that the inequalities and the lack of trust in the government that has happened over the years, or the amount of wealth that has gone to one side and left everybody else in the dirt. Now, the immediate past is people finding a sense of self-worth and rising up. And that's the current situation. We have the populace rising up, and those who notice this is going up, they're a sympathetic rising up all over the world. And Brazil not joined, and we are one force. And I see bald cypress everlasting as the future for the country, the future for getting through some of the garbage, working through some of the problems, have this whole situation having shown us some of the problems that need to be fixed and how we're going to do it. So I would say that that is the basic reading. And I think this is probably short enough to do as a short. So once again, if I can aim the camera a little bit, this is your cards, and there. So this is LauraJthe.Treetalker, and I will do things later in the week on other stuff, But that's it for today, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.